Hi, we're back. It's Remix Draft. We're going to draft some artifact deck of some kind. We already have 7 in the queue, and if you watched that previous video, I saved the day, fixed everything, and I got them some ham and cheese croissants. They're eating now, so hopefully Dad can sneak in at least the draft portion. Captain Lannery Storm, alternate frame. Botanical Brawler is definitely an optional. Like it said, this deck is real. It's +1/+1 counters in green white, but you have modular, so it's like extra juicy. I haven't drafted a treasures deck yet, but pirates is a real thing. The blue-red pirate uncommon is pretty cool. Excuse me. 2/1 that finds an artifact or pirate. If you're gonna take this, you definitely want this. So it's a little awkward that they're here together. But you could wheel this instead of this. Like Captain Lannery is a good card ish, but like not that big a deal. These two uncommons are the build arounds that I'm the most interested in. The rest of this pack is fine. You can like go heavy on the mirror enforcers if you want to like try to live the dream, but I think it's better to try to wheel them. So I don't know, between the crewmate and the botanical brawler, I'm a bit more excited about the brawler to be honest. I feel like the modular cards have been going around pretty late. Ooh, the express. This is great because you can also proliferate it. Also, this is just a good card, you know. Hashtag good card. There's 2 different modular Arcbound workers in this pack, so that's sweet. They put all of the different Arcbound workers, like the one from Strixhaven and the one from Cons of Tarkir. They're all in here. This is also just a good card, so that's good to know. This is a juiced up pack, but there's 2 Mousers going around, so hopefully I can get them like 9th and 10th. That would be sick. Thurman Inspector, always happy to see you. Contagious Vorak. Off color, but maybe we'll splash something. Like blue cards, shockingly, are good in the artifact cube. Right? Weird, right? But I think it's just the Inspector here. Try to keep it simple. Stay true to my school. There's a ton of mana dorks in this first pack. So like these Hamlet gluttons are getting a bit better. What does the apple do? 4 mana, steal your thing. Okay, and then it's a food. This card's like a very, very real card. All of the Shadows over Innistrad blue and green enchantments that care about clues are like having another day. They're having another moment. I briefly went over my most recent draft that was a 3-0 in this format, and it was like ongoing investigation plus the fleeting information or something. The mill, whenever you sacrifice a clue, you mill someone. And that was really good. Okay, so both these uncommons are great. Do I want to splash for this really exciting one? I don't think so, because this card like can be just as scary as this, and sort of like, yeah, under different circumstances. This is also really good, but I trust the Veil. The Shikari is like, once you've got a board, you can kind of go off. Well, this Volted Surge coming this late does mean that red is at least somewhat open. But we have, and there's also a Bacon to buy. Maybe this pack was just completely slamming. Both of these creatures can get into this deck. Oops. Nope. Don't want to look at that right now. 1, 2. I only have 2 ways to modify creatures right now, so I don't know. I think this is probably safer. It's going to work with one of these 2 cards if I have them around. Oh, the Confectioner came around. Maybe I am black. Maybe I'm Abzan +1/+1 counters, or maybe I'm going to get into blue or green-black food. This card is like a very exciting one. 2, 3 for 3. You make a food, and then whenever you sacrifice a food, you get a rat. It's very like in on that strategy, though. I'm trying to decide whether it's worth just staying on color. Yeah, sure. Sure, let's just take Contagious Vorak. I can't tell that if we're getting cut out of blue or green-white +1/+1 counters. We haven't really been hooked up for the archetypes. It's possible we're fighting. This card's fine, but this is part of the plan. Yeah. I'm just going to take Mistvault Bridge, I think. Am I taking a double off color? Like, I just don't care about this that much. The research desk. Historic cards are artifacts, legendaries, and sagas. So we have a bunch of blue lands. Okay, we can play that in any deck. Maybe we are getting cut out of green-white in this first pack. Like, I'm not sure if we're going to be able, if as we look, you know, we got past this second. We first picked this. This had a pack with a land in Shikari, or a Shikari red-white creature. And then everything else we took was, like, not late, you know? Like, we maybe got past an Uvenwald Mysteries. So maybe we can, like, end up blue-green clues. And that'll be fine. Like, that deck is totally good. I just played it before this draft. Also, black was going around pretty late. Like, we didn't take that food creature, but maybe we can in this pack. The Legax is the pick for our deck. And we'll end up splashing it no matter what. Yeah. Okay. Squirrel makes +1/+1 counters. You need black mana to activate, but also Squirrel. We could just take this Disenchant. This card's like the best removal spell in the format. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take Disenchant. Very exciting to see that. It's a Knight of Sweet's Revenge. That's an exciting pick. Courage in Crisis is okay for our strategy. Chrome Courier is a great card. We have all these blue X lands, but no lands for our actual green-white plan. This is supposed to be the pack where we get the green-white cards, too. And they still don't seem to be showing up. It's like the food cards and the blue cards are here. This is like a wheel, too. Like, we don't need to pick it. I think maybe I'm supposed to risk it on the food cards. Like, we have Veil of Assimilation. So, like, maybe we're just getting into black, because it seems like black is going pretty late. There's a Visionary Augmenter still, or a Gloomhulk. Fleeting Memories. This is the card I was talking about earlier. So you can win the game with this card a little bit. Power Stones. Minstrosity. Deadeye Plunder. This thing just makes treasures for 4 mana, hey? Oh, that's cool. Congrats. That's awesome. Yeah, I think we're on Augmenter here. Wow, Whirler Rogue, Archaeomender, and Fatal Push. So black, green, or black and blue are both very open. Like, Whirler Rogue is almost better than every other card we've taken so far. Blue didn't seem to be, like, hitting us over the head with how good it was in pack 1. So I feel like our neighbor is blue-white. But definitely black is open. Like, Fatal Push is great, but it's like if we want to get into black, we want to wheel this, and there's not enough time for that. Yeah, we could just take this, actually, because it goes into both decks. That's fine. A second Fleeting Memories. Imagine if we had taken that first Fleeting Memories. This Chrome Courier is also way too late. I don't think we can be Bant food. So we sort of have to choose between... Yeah, it's like the blue card's overall the quality's higher. So I think I'm just going to lean into... Yeah, this is wild. This card's pretty exciting too, actually. It's funny, they just make this in white for without the Delirium Clause now, right? Yeah, I'll just take another Chrome Courier. I'm sad that we're not playing +1/+1 counters. I was looking forward to that. Mishra's Bauble versus Wanderer's Strike is a real consideration. Also, Salivating Gremlins. Gosh, this is like one of the best creatures in the format. Because it gets Trample. Hey, making a really big thing is not that hard. Getting Trample is a big deal, though. Yeah, sure. Let's take this safe removal spell. It has Proliferate, so, you know, we do have some +1/+1 counters, right? Wellspring, Spellbomb, Spellbomb. Courage in Crisis.
No, that is a blanket.
Off-color red fixing. This is cool.
No, mine is pink, and it's not a blanket.
3 mana, 3/2. No, I'll just take this flyer. I don't know that we're playing it, but we might actually. Ooh, that's like almost as good as the food creature. The Weatherlight, a second train. Citizen's Rest is playable. Weirding Wood is fine. Food creature. What's this? Okay, so it's from Dominaria. 4 mana, 5/5 car with flying, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, Look at the top half of your library. You can reveal a historic card and put them in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. Sorry, it's a 4/5, not a 5/5. Yeah. Is that better than the train? This train has trample. And cruise for 1. Ah, I just want the train. Sorry, Weatherlight. Candy Trail, Wave Sifter. Our deck is a little bit lacking in synergy, which is bad. This is a synergy format. It's also a little bit lacking in mana fix. This is only actually useful mana fixer. We have fixing for, you know, red and black. And I make cards in red and black. I could just take Candy Trail here. Is Candy Trail better than Wave Sifter for our purposes? It's a food. Sure. Are we going to play this thing? I don't think so. Ooh, on-color mana fixing. Or another captured by Legax. And a tough cookie. I mean... This card has been rootin' and tootin' in Standard lately. Shoutouts to Ash Lizzle. Please follow them if you haven't already. Yeah. Sure. It feels weird, but... Ooh, okay, now it feels really bad. Wow, look at this pack. It's missing like 6 cards, or... Sorry, it's missing 3 cards, but it still has Chrome Courier, Botanical Brawler, and Wave Sifter. That Legax isn't tabling, but like Tough Cookie is also really good, so at least we're like kind of spread into multiple good decks. Flying Equipment versus Bone Splitter. Creatures. We have 13 creatures. We better take the one that's also a creature. Flying Equipment's a pretty big deal. Another Chrome Courier. Oh, or another Arcbound Worker. We do have 2 Botanical Brawlers now. I can't say no to this person. I don't know if I'm capable of it. Confrontation, Juggernaut. I think this is what our deck is missing the most. This is 31 cards too, but I don't think we're playing any of these. This might be right, or make a food and have a 3/2. We do have the Tough Cookie, but like our mana is not great. Sorry, food creature. Regular. We're not playing any of these. What else are we playing? I don't know if we're playing Fierce Witchstalker. Probably not playing Skyskimmer Koi, because we have some other flyers. Are we playing Knight of Sweet's Revenge? Where X is the number of foods you control. Wow, Wave Sifter this late, hey? I'm a big fan. Like this, anything doing a Muldrifter impression, I'm always going to be pretty stoked about. The Captured by Legax tabled with the Thornglint Bridge. Okay, this means that we weren't fighting anyone else for this archetype. It just didn't come around. Wild. This is playable. I don't think we're going to play it. Maybe we're just not playing the blue cards at all. Oh, or maybe we're playing that one. Okay, really interesting deck build. This draft was okay. It's funny. This isn't usually how draft goes, period, but you're not usually rewarded for flopping around. Like, I made this pick where I took Tough Cookie over Captured by Legax, and then the Captured by Legax tabled. Whereas it seemed like in pack 1 that green-white just wasn't really happening. There's another one of these creatures, a green-white creature that doubles up your +1/+1 counters in the draft format, just also in the uncommon slot. And not seeing one at all might mean that like there's someone else taking the green-white +1/+1 counters cards, but we didn't see that at all. Like, if we just cut the blue cards, is our deck still good? I don't know. Maybe we want this Accelerant. It's got flying. We have some +1/+1 counters. Cut this blue card and this Mana Fixer. And now we have, like, how many cards that say food on them? I don't know if we need the Vorak. This is just sort of generic good card. This says +1/+1 counters. This says investigate. This card's fine on its own, honestly. Just, like, poops out a whole bunch of clues dot card. Like, any card that does that is fine. We're a green-white deck. We're going to have creatures dying. All of these are pretty good. How many removal spells are we playing right now? Oh, sorry. Okay. So we've got only 4 cards that say food. Okay, so we've got 4 cards that say food, or we could play 4 blue cards. We also have a couple other green cards to consider. I guess we have 6 blue cards that are available. And our mana could be kind of okay because we have an Ornithopter we can play and an Uvenwald Mysteries we can play. And maybe there's even one more mana fixing card in here. Does this fix mana? No. It cycles, though. Like, we have a few Clues cards, so, like, the Weirding Wood and the Ornithopter and the Tanglewood Bridge kind of get us halfway there to playing some blue cards. We have Chromatic Star on our sideboard, too. Yeah, you know, I'm actually not that excited. Maybe we're just splashing Wave Sifter or just kind of splashing Surgical Spell Bomb off of Tanglewood Bridge. That might be what we're doing. Removal spells, though. We just have Epic Confrontation, Wander Strike, and Disenchant. That's actually fine. 3 is like a decent number in this format. You tend to cycle a fair bit. This could... Oh, no, it's a sorcery. Okay. We might have an instant pump spell, do we? No. That's okay. So, I think I'm going to start off this deck not playing any blue cards whatsoever. And just finding out in game 1 whether or not I like... whether or not I like our deck. Like the green-white deck. I also actually need to rearrange, maybe. Like, Knight of Sweet's Revenge with only 3 other cards that say food. I like that it adds mana. We do have a bunch of 4-drops. No, it's got to be wrong, right? Like these 3 are fine on their own. This is a clue. This is a 2/2 for 2 that turns the food it comes with into a 4/4, and this is also a food. Like, this card you can just play by itself, even with no other cards say food. And this is a 4/4 trample. But this one requires that, like, you have basically 2 other food cards already in play for it to be good. Like, 7 mana, sacrifice this. Now your foods don't make mana anymore. You had to not sacrifice your foods on your way to 7 mana, and now you get +2/+2. I guess technically we have 5 foods if we hit all of them, because these 3 make a food, this is a food, and this also is a food. But that still seems like really bad numbers. So I don't want to play Knight of Sweet's Revenge. Which means I just, in the totally not blue-white version, I'm either cycling Chromatic Star or jamming Byway Courier. How many creatures does this give us? 11? Oof. Our blue cards are creatures, hey? Oh, we have the cars. Okay, so that's 13 if you count the cars, 14 if you count the equipment. That starts to be reasonable numbers. And then the Veil is a pump spell. The Mysteries is a card draw spell. We have, so 2 pump spells, 2 mysteries. Oh, I forgot about these removal spells. Whoops. I was thinking of them as pump spells earlier. Which they are. Yeah, I think we can try this. It's like 5 removals, green-white. So as long as we get 1 or 2 drop in the draw, we should be able to kind of beat them up. Let's call this deck Dad Saves the Day. We're saving the day by drafting, right? That's what we're doing. I think we can probably include that game 1 on this video as well. The frequencies that their voices are making right now as they play together, I feel like they're 5 more minutes frequencies. Parents in chat know what I'm talking about. I thought my opponent's symbol was mythic for a second just because their coat is also brown, and I was like, oh, are they like a... It looked more orange in compared, like, because there's 2 browns. It's like we're copper rank, and then their cloak is brown, so I just thought it was orange. I'm like, oh, am I playing against some mythic level super duper WotC employee? My opponent is already beating me so hard at green-white +1/+1 counters. Like, are they going to play this card now? Oh, no, they're black. Even worse. Even scarier. Not feeling great about my matchup against JWB, to be honest. This is an incredibly good start. Well played. Well played. Also, like, this removal spell doesn't deal with this. They didn't play a removal spell, so that's sweet. This has trample. I think I'm supposed to just make a 4/4 next turn, and then maybe the turn after I'm on 2/2s. They didn't attack, just hoping to trade with Botanical Brawler. I'm low-key okay with it. Wait, oh, this gets a +1/+1 card? I'm reading this card for the first time. I knew it said green-white to cast, +1/+1 counters matter. But it starts with 2, and whenever one or more +1/+1 cards put on another permanent control, if it's the first time +1/+1 put on that permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on this. Oh, wild. Okay. I thought it was just going to put an extra +1/+1 counter on this, because that's what they normally say. Right? This one only counts for modular. Triggered ability would put +1/+1 counter on a creature. Okay, so this is only when the modular creatures die. So it can make Mearsire or Vault Scourge a 3/3, which is great for a captured with the Legax. Like if Zabaz wants to chump, nope, they're just making a 1/1 and saving 1 life. All right. This card's cool. I never drafted this deck in March of the Machine, so here we are, remix, getting another chance at it, another crack at the, various draft formats B team. Doesn't it have Vigilance too? I'm thinking of someone else. Oh, it doesn't even have flying unless you pay a white. Okay. Classic. Looks like it has flying. Dot card. Okay, so we could fight Zabaz and play a tough cookie. That seems great, right? I'm a little worried that Zabaz is going to go off, and we still have another removal spell. Also, it's like, anytime you have a card that's like triggered ability stuff, So now it gets to make the Vault Scourge a 3/3. They'll get back all the life, but then we'll capture the Legax will capture the Vault Scourge next turn. Oh, it doesn't even... This triggered ability doesn't work for its own death because it's not on the field at the time. Yeah. That's too bad. Did this card see standard play in that green-black deck? Or was it Abzan? I can't remember. This is from first Eldraine. No, it was there was a different wolf. There was like a strictly better wolf that comes down as a 3/3. That's what I'm thinking of. Probably also a Witch Stalker. Those poor witches never get a break. Okay. It's can only go on a creature. This doesn't stop things from crewing. So that's awkward. We're actually kind of in trouble here against this Iron Tread Crusher. Yeah, I think... What do I think? We can't attack just yet. We're going to make this 4/4 Trampler. Say go. We're almost at enough mana to make 2 4/4s, which is cute, but still kind of gets stuffed by the Iron Tread Crusher. This has got to be my least favorite of like every vehicle ever. Like I don't like despise it or anything. It's just it's kind of not enough payoff for too high of a crew. Basically, crew 3 to get a 6/6 with no other abilities is like just a bit worse than all the other cars, in my opinion. Did you descend this turn? I don't think so. You're already fixed for every color, though, so... Okay. Well... What does our flunge look like? It's mid, right? I think we just slam this. We make a 4/3 and a 4/4 trample. We've got 2 4/4 tramples. Next turn we have 2 more 4/4s. Iron Tread Crusher probably eats the Botanical Brawler. I mean, we're almost to making this a 6/6. Not quite, though. I'm like poo-pooing this Iron Tread Crusher with my diatribe about the history of playing against Iron Tread Crusher and my opinions on Kaladesh format. And this Iron Tread Crusher is like holding this game down with just a stupid Myr token and an enterprising scallywag. Yeah, like the rest of my opponent's deck, very not impressive. I mean, Vault Scourge is an All-Star. But they have a flyer, and I have a huge board that Iron Tread Crusher is just like, I'm going to eat that. I'm going to eat your huge board. Num, 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 num. I'm just supposed to capture with the Legax this Vault Scourge. That's so sad. But I'm supposed to be like, capture the Legax Vault Scourge, say go. Right? Oh, brutal. Who are we supporting? I guess we just have to support Tough Cookie. We can sacrifice Tough Cookie to gain 2 life, or 3 life, and then we can support Glint Sleeve instead. If that matters. Then we get a 5-5 and a 5-5. No, it's fine. Let's just have a 4-4 and a 5-5. Am I doing this? I think I need to because the lifelink is too much. It's too much lifelink. Up to 2 creatures. Oh, wow. Oh, it targets? What am I thinking of? I thought I had to choose the creature with the lowest toughness when I support 2. What the heck is support? Put a +++ on each of up to 2 other target creatures. Wild. Okay, so... Okay. So I can pump whoever I want, is what you're saying. Let's put some on the Trampler. And then, yeah, I guess on the little guy. And now the Botanical Brawler is a 6/6. I would very much like to attack with this Botanical Brawler. Yes, Iron Tread Crusher, I am paying you some respect here. Please don't have a combat trick, lol. I don't have a combat trick either. Yep, you got it. Nope, just trading for your car. That's all I want to do. Okay, so this support card worked actually a lot better with our Botanical Brawler than I thought it did. Because it's 2 triggers. Support's the one from Battle for Zendikar. Or Oath of the Gatewatch, or both. I should really remember, since that's my favorite set. You have a Knight of Sweet's Revenge. And it's your only food card. I sympathize. I mean, if I had drawn my Knight of Sweet's Revenge this game, it'd be game over. I'd be just crushing it. They have 4 power. Yeah, digging for juice. We just animate both these foods and trundle in next turn now that the Iron Tread Crusher's gone. That's nice. That's nice for you. Okay. Alright, I gotta get moving before this Jund food deck Jund foods me out. They've got 2 mana but not 3. Awkward. This isn't a food, right? It's just an enchantment. Am I gonna attack for lethal? Yeah. They're gonna have to block. So that's nice. They descended though. Oh, if only that was main phase, you could have cast your thing. Right? 1, 2. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Math is hard. My head hurts. Let's go shopping. Maybe I just attack with 1/4/4 so I can get this train rolling? Yeah, I kind of like that. It's still lethal if I attack with a 4, 4, 5, and a 4. 3 4s. Yeah, sure. I mean, is it better if I just attack with another 4/4? What's their block like? Like, they just take 5, and then they have... They're going to trade off Enterprising and Mirror for this thing. And then they're at 12, and they have to block 2 4/4s. So or they just don't. No, it is a little better. That's too bad. I love the train. This can probably attack, right? Because it's either Tough Cookie or Visionary Augmenter going down. I gotta do the math again. Math is for attackers. It's so sad. Okay, so they're at 12 from Witchstalker. And then they can chump a 4/4, and then they have 4 points. So if they want to kill this, they don't get to kill this. And they take 8. No, that's good for them. Yeah, no, that is a good block. The Ornithopter really puts them in, like, make decent trades. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting called upon to go to Walmart, team. So it's going to be the last game for this YouTube video. Thanks so much for watching my YouTube content. Appreciate you coming here and hanging out. And I hope that you like Premier Mix-Up Draft Artifacts. Been enjoying it. Yeah. The opponent's like repping lethal if they just weren't dead. Like they're close. The Knight of Sweet's Revenge is doing thing. Hey, yeah, we'll go. Get your socks on.
You need socks on.
You need socks on. You want to go to the store? You got to put on your socks. I don't make the rules. I do make the rules. Yeah, okay. If they're sacrificing their foods, it's kind of like it's Jover, right? Attacks are all still pretty good. Same attacks, more or less. This card's strong. And then, I don't know. Can the 2/2 attack this time? What are your blocks? Trade here, get a clue, take 5, go to 6. Double walk this to kill it, or this to kill it probably. And then this could hold down, and then you go to... Wait, if you double walk this... What if you just block here, and then you chump, and then you go to 2? Is that worth? I don't think so. Like, I think if they go to 2 and I don't have my Tough Cookie anymore, it's a bit worse for me than if they just make a bunch of bad blocks and take a bunch of damage, but still have to eat these foods later. Like, I see that this 2/2 could have taken their last life point, but they would have blocked differently, and I now wouldn't have this 8 power of damage. I'd just have the 5/5. So then I'm like, you know, 1/2 for 1 away from being toast. Yep, put your socks on.
Are you gonna give me $8 to buy a bug, or do I have to ask Quinn to? Because he said he will, and I said thank you if you don't let me have some of yours.
Sure did push the wrong button there. I'll answer that question when we're in the car. So, yeah, I've, like, punted my opponent back into this game now, which is awesome. If you're still watching. Professional content creator Nelson Salahub at your disposal. Oh, that's a clue, not a food. Oh, my gosh. I couldn't quite punt my way out of this game. Right. Not when it dies, make a food. We should have... JW, you were supposed to draw this card on your turn. Kill spill? All right. I couldn't quite punt my way out of that game. I tried. Tough Cookie has 2 abilities. One of them wins the game, one of them gains 3 life. And sacrifices a cookie. So be careful out there, kids. If you're cooking, make sure to cookie correctly. All right, thanks for watching my show. Bye.